Hello folks, Bradley is back with another painting from 2010. It's a pretty nice little painting. I kind of like what the title of this one is called Special Memories. I was kind of like in a mood for kind of a Christmas type painting with snow floating down and stuff like that. It's a typical 12 by 16 hardwood canvas covered with white gesso. So basically you can buy these at any art supply stores anywhere, any art stores. Doesn't make any difference. They're the same as stretch, except they're actually hard as plywood, like I said, covered with white gesso. So basically you can get started right away if you got a scene in mind and you want to get kicking right away in a painting. But like I said, I did this back in about 2010, and what I wanted to kind of like put across is kind of like a winter on the tundra painting. Now I got myself a little slider here. So basically, if you look right here, right there, there's a little cabin right there, right? With smoke coming out of the chimney and stuff like that. I thought it was kind of a cool idea. If you notice all these little white specks here on the canvas and kind of floating down, that's actually snow. I wanted to kind of put across like a little light snowstorm and stuff like that, because I was at that particular time I was really in the mood for Christmas paintings. I probably did this when we had winter here in Minnesota that particular year and stuff like that. So I basically wanted to kind of create my own little world out in the tundra, maybe like I said, some guy lives out there, he's living off the land, like I said in one of those earlier videos, and he just wants to be left alone. He's got a little cabin, there's a little lake right down here and stuff, frozen over lake, and then I got the sky, of course. I kind of wanted to make the sky a little bit dreary looking. It would just come hovering clouds, and they're kind of like streaking back and forth and stuff like that. There's a teeny bit of red or something in there. Of course, you got the darker areas here with the stars are more visible and stuff like that. But like I said, if you notice all these snowflakes going all the way down, that's actually, I kind of dotted the surface of the painting with the little white dots that kind of represent snowflakes. Because I think I was kind of, like I said, I was kind of like in the mood for like a Christmas type painting. And I wanted to kind of put across, like I said earlier, some type of a little fluffy snow falling type of a painting. Does that make any sense? Actually, I got this little this is what the pointer I was talking about. I got that in the mail. So I can actually do this kind of stuff without bringing my big globbing hands over there. Like I said, it's 12 by 16 canvas. And I really like the way this painting turned out. I actually looked kind of better than the actual painting. The actual painting is a little brighter looking than this. So I kind of darkened it up slightly with my webcam. And basically, if you look at all, of course, if you look right down there, that's my signature, of course, 2010 Bradley Enfield, or Bradley Thomas Enfield, or whatever you want to call me, it's fine. But anyway, like I was talking to my other two previous paintings, I just wanted to kind of make something that really, I was in a really mellow mood when I painted this up. It probably took about probably about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Because like I said, you kind of start with the top of the painting, the sky, and you kind of slowly work down. When you're satisfied with the sky section, then if you look at all these little black sections down here, right down there, that's just like a line of pine trees. And over here, of course, is pine trees in the dark. No snow. You can't really see too much back there because you're really talking about shadows and stuff like that. And most of the stuff you can actually kind of see a little bit down here if you look real closely at the bottom of the sky section. So actually, I think this painting really turned out nice. I got a lot of compliments on this painting. Let me get some water here first. I've still got kind of a messed up throat a bit, so I'm just trying to keep moisture on it. It's really nagging. I like my pine trees, the way the pine trees turned out here. I wanted to, of course, have snow on the leaves and everything like that, on the branches, because I felt, if you're going to make a winter painting, of course, you want to put snow everywhere, and all the twigs below on the ground, on the roof of the cabin. You look right here, there's lots of snow on that cabin with the little chimney and smoke coming up. And there's really not much to explain in this painting. It's a pretty simple painting to do. I was really in the mood for something. Maybe I was watching all those Christmas movies at the time when I was still painting, back between 2000 and 2013. I think that was the years I was most active, 2000 2013. But we're going to be active again. I just wanted to show you one of these paintings. There are actually a whole series of these paintings. I probably have about 15 or 20 more of these I could show, which I probably will be on YouTube in the upcoming weeks or months or whatever, whenever I have time to do this. I did one of my other, I did Spidey Presents last night doing Uncle Buck, the movie review, so I wanted to come back with this tonight because I felt like this was kind of cool to do. And I really enjoyed painting this painting. I really enjoyed it a lot. It was just really fun to do, man. Because you really don't have to deal with so many colors. You're just dealing with blacks, whites, paints, gray, stuff like that. It's really pretty close. I mean, there's only probably about 6 or 7 different colors. There's some greens you really can't tell because they're covered with snow and stuff like that. So it's actually just more of a winter snow floating down to the ground type of a Christmas type painting, It really doesn't, I mean, like I said, there's really not much, there's not really much of a story here. I just wanted to kind of do something that kind of represented a Christmas type of a painting, and mellow, relaxing, out in the wooded areas on the prairie, it's just nice and mellow with snow coming down, a few cabins here and there, a frozen over lake and stuff like that. I just wanted to kind of, like I said earlier, I just wanted to kind of put across something that was really mellow, really peaceful looking, and really, you look at it and you go, hey, that's not too bad, and very relaxing, really relaxing. So, I mean, I would, like I said, we're up to about 6.5 minutes. I'm not sure how long I'm going to make this video. Of course, I'm right back here. See, I'm right there. Of course, I have today off and the next 3 days off too, so I can do more videos. Like I said, I did last night, Spidey Presents, doing that movie review of Uncle Buck, John Candy movie, but that's last night. This is tonight. So I would really appreciate it if you would comment in the description below. Tell me what you think about this painting. Like I said, I mean, like I said, there's really not much to explain here. It's a pretty basic, simple, slap the paint on the canvas and just come up with your own particular storyline, so to speak. I mean, when I was doing this painting, like I said, I wasn't thinking much about a story. I just kind of wanted to, have a slight Christmas type painting, with snow and relaxing. If you look out, if you live in a winter state, right? You look outside and it's snowing lightly. It's a dark. It's nighttime and stuff like that. It's really mellow and peaceful. That's what I wanted to kind of come across here. Sort of like if you're, like I said, like I just said, you're looking out the window, right? And it's nice and mellow, and there's hardly any cars driving around. You got nice, a decent snowstorm coming down. It's very relaxing. So that's what I really wanted to kind of come across, like I just said about 80 times. Just something that kind of, you look at it and you kind of go, oh, that's really nice. That's kind of peaceful looking, man. And that's really what I'm about. I like to create little scenes that kind of make people think about the scenes. People reminisce about the scenes. If they love winter and stuff like that, and Christmas, which I happen to love. So I love living in a winter state. Of course, I live in Minnesota, so basically, of course, we didn't have much of a winter this year. That was crappy as hell, man. I don't, we had a couple coverings of snow, and that was about it, man. This is the stuff I like right here, where there's like a foot of snow on the ground, and plows are out, plowing the streets and stuff like that. People are, stomping around with their winter clothes on, going to their job, and, just walking around at night. Because I live really close to like 4, or actually 5 really nice lakes here in Minneapolis. And basically, when I go walking in the wintertime around some of these lakes, especially in the wintertime, it's absolutely stunning to see these lakes, man. The snow is just floating down. They're covered with, the lakes are covered with snow and stuff like that. Oh my God, it's just beautiful, man. It actually gives you ideas of how to do a future painting. So basically, I mean, I could go down there and photograph like Lake of the Isles or Lake Calhoun or Harriet or whatever. And I shouldn't be telling that, that's a dead giveaway where I live. But anyway, that's actually great eye candy if you're really into photography and doing artwork and stuff like that. I mean, you take some photos and you bring the photos back and go, I'm going to paint this. I'm going to paint that painting. I may not be able to do a great job on it, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway, right? You got to give it a shot. I mean, that, like I said, when I first started, like I repeated myself like third time or fourth time. When you first start, man, you got to start with the goddamn back, right there, right there. The sky is the key to getting your painting started. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that. They think they can start in this section down here. No, you've got to start on the sky first. And once you're satisfied with the sky and the back line of pine trees and all this kind of stuff, we're talking about distance here, folks. You got to create a sense of distance. So we know this is going way back here. You see all these pine trees right here. And that kind of gives you, like I said, the composition is actually really nice because it gives you a sense of distance here. Like I just said, I shouldn't repeat myself. Distance. Distance is extremely important. Whether it's going to be a mountain range up here, first you got your sky, right? Then you have a mountain range somewhere over here, and then you start having all these trees and stuff, you know, in front of it and stuff like that, and you kind of work, you know, you want to create distance. It gives a better sense of depth on the painting, and basically it gives you an idea of how you should set up your composition and everything like that. Yeah, you know, like I said, I'm not really used to doing all these vocal things on my paintings. I'm just trying to explain kind of how we do these paintings. There's really not a lot of magic to it. It just takes practice. I keep telling people, you got to keep practicing. You know, when I first started painting back in about 1999, 2000, I wasn't very good, you know. I had a lot of dismal blunders, you know, but the thing is, you kind of look at, you kind of save your old paintings, right? And you kind of line them up in a particular room or something, and this is my early works, and you kind of look at your early works and you kind of go, you know, dude, these are not too good, man. But then as you progress with your ability, you kind of look at something you're recently working on and you compare it to the paintings you did like half a year later, 2 years later, something like that, and you can see the difference. You can see the difference. It just takes practice, folks. Practice. You got to keep practicing. You should be able to learn from your previous mistakes. I should just call them mistakes. But like Bob Ross would always say, they're happy little accidents, happy little mistakes, you know. You know, he was one of my favorite people to watch on PBS and Channel 2 here in Minnesota, you know, and stuff like that. When he used to do his half-hour show, you know, weekly and stuff like that. So, but his paintings he knocked his paintings out in about a half hour. I take weeks to knock my paintings out because I kind of want to do all this detail and everything and try to create a story for the viewer to look at and stuff like that, and they kind of make their own ideas of what's going on over here, what's going on way over here, what's going on way down here. You know, you could see maybe there's a bunny rabbit down here or something, you know. You know, there's like, there's wolves running around way over here somewhere. Yeah, I mean, you could come up with so many goddamn, excuse the language, you could come up with so many ideas here. It's, it depends on how much of an imagination you got, you know, how much work you want to put into these paintings, right? It's extremely important to put detail on. I keep stressing to people who are starting painting and who've been, you know, they don't understand about detail. Detail is extremely important, especially if you start to get a little bit better and better at your artworks. The more detail you put in there, you got to keep it within size. You know, dimensions got to be perfect because you don't want to overdo your detail. But you know, the thing is, you don't want to make it too small or too big. You want to kind of where people can actually see it here, and they can make a determination where this scene took place, stuff like that. And you know, I'm not doing too bad for you know, for like a little narration here. I'm not too bad, considering I still don't feel very good. But the thing is, I'm going to be starting on my new paintings pretty soon. I got everything I need, but I wanted to kind of showcase some of these paintings for the people on my YouTube channel. And anybody else that might see my paintings on YouTube feedlot. What was this, like a farm or something? You know, they'll eventually get saturated on the YouTube news, or whatever you want to call it. I don't give a care. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm trying to have some fun here, folks. Like I said, if I make some verbal blunders, just ignore them because I'm not feeling overly well still. But the thing is, I want to try to explain. You know, most of these trees are really easy to do. I mean, if you watch Bob Ross on PBS, if you have access to his half-hour TV show, it's still on reruns all over the world every week. every weekend, PBS and public, public station, television station, stuff like that. So basically, he kind of shows you how to do certain things and add snow to the pine trees. I kind of watched him for years and years and years, and then and then I finally started to paint. And of course, like I said, my paintings were not too good at first, but then, like I said, you start looking at your old paintings compared to what you're doing now, and you can see a difference, because you're actually learning how to do this better and better and better with each painting that you actually start. I would not recommend that you blast into a whole bunch of paintings at once. I would recommend that you do one painting at a time until you have it completely completely finished and you're satisfied with it, and then you can put it aside and start your next painting. One thing a lot of artists do when they first start, they keep blasting out all kinds of different paintings. Don't do that. Don't do that. Start with one painting and finish it first, and then see what it looks like, where you got to go, what you need to improve on, stuff like that. That's what's important. Just don't have unfinished paintings sitting, laying around your apartment left and right. I kind of did that when I first started too, and that's really not a good idea. I would not recommend that for new artists and stuff like that. One painting at a time, folks. One. See the finger right there? One painting at a time. That way you can, like I said, compare it to your other stuff, and you can see how much you have improved. And that's really what you want to do. I kind of got out of that habit of knocking off paintings left and right, not finishing paintings, because I wasn't satisfied with something I did like 2 weeks earlier. Don't do that. Finish that painting until you got it until satisfaction. You got stop to your own satisfaction. Then kind of just start the new one, of course. But like I said, finish your first painting first. I'm fumbling my words. Oh yeah. We got to end this pretty soon. We're up to about 17 minutes. So I'm actually just getting ahead of myself in what I'm talking about, so I shouldn't be doing that. Actually, I should just be listening to what I'm actually saying. But anyway, that's what you want to do. You want to just start with one painting at a time, finish it, then start your second painting, and look at your new painting compared to your old painting, of course. So I kind of knocked this off. There we go. We got it back better. So that's really the key right there. Don't seriously, don't start 20 different paintings at the same time. Don't do that. Don't do that. One at a time, folks. Anyway, we're going to end this, and like I said, this is called Special Memories. I don't know, I kind of messed up some of my dialogue here, but don't worry about that. I'll try to get better and better as each painting comes along, each showcase that I'm going to do on YouTube here. This is kind of crooked here. Okay, that's a little better. I got it kind of centered better here compared to the last one, so that's kind of nice too. So anyway, like I said, I don't have to go back to my job for another 3-4 days, but I think I'm going to be starting my new series of paintings probably maybe next week or the week after. I kind of wanted to get some of these out of the way for the YouTube channel. So basically, I'm kind of re-inspiring myself, because I keep looking at these paintings and goes, I can do better than this. Bradley, you can do better than this. And I probably can, because I've learned a lot from these paintings, at least the 4. This will be the 4th one I'm going to show you on YouTube. There's probably another 15 or 20 coming, so I just wanted to kind of, 1837, not too bad. We got to end this video really quick here. So basically, I just wanted to come across and talk to you about this painting and the do's and the don'ts of beginning your first painting as opposed to knocking off 15 or 20, which you shouldn't do all at the same time. Very important. One at a time. Third time I've said that. One at a time, folks. So we're going to end this video, and I wanted just, I don't know. I probably could have done a better job at my talking about it, but I'm doing the best I can. I'm not feeling overly well still, but the thing is, I think it turned out okay. If you have any comments, do them on the description below on the YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it about this painting and what you think about my presentation here on YouTube, talking about my painting and stuff like that. I hope the next one will be a little bit better. Hopefully I won't fumble some of my words up. So we're going to get going, and we will see you probably maybe in a couple days or something. I probably got to do probably a rowing video next, or maybe even another Spidey Presents video. So until next time, folks, check out my YouTube channel and check out these paintings. And please comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.